It was 11 a.m. on Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Whilst most of Lusaka was at lunch, the Bank of Zambia just delivered a message that will change your business budget for the rest of the year. For 2 years, the BOZ has been the enforcer, hiking rates to stop the Kwacha from bleeding. But now, the tone changed. Currently, we break down the first significant rate cut of 2026 and what it means for the cost of your next loan. Here's the big news. The ceiling has been broken. Governor Denny Kalyalya recently announced that a 75 basis point cut was put in place, which brings the monetary policy rate down from 14.25% to 13.50%. Here's the why. Inflation has finally touched the single-digit mark, hitting 9.4% in January of 2026. With the Kwacha holding steady at 18.80 Kwacha to the dollar, the Bank of Zambia finally feels safe enough to stop choking the economy and start fueling it. There's a hidden lever, the statutory reserve ratio, and let's talk about the real constraint, because here's what most people miss. The policy rate is only half the story. The statutory reserve ratio, the amount of cash banks must keep locked at the Bank of Zambia, is still high at 26%. And this has a business impact, because even though the policy rate is lower, banks still have less cash to lend because so much is locked away to support the Kwacha. This is why your bank manager might still say no to your loan, even if the headline news sounds so good. This is Zambia-Proofing in action. Bank of Zambia is easing the price of money, but still controlling the quantity. Here's the precarious balancing act, the risk. You see, if the Bank of Zambia cuts too fast, we risk a liquidity trap. More Kwacha in the system could lead to people buying more dollars, which would weaken the Kwacha again. The Bank of Zambia, though, is betting that single-digit inflation is here to stay. And if they're right, your business interest rates could drop from 28% to 22% by December of 2026. The rate hike era was a bitter medicine, a bitter pill to swallow, but it worked. We've moved from survival to stability. Now the question is whether our commercial banks will pass these savings on to you, the SME owner. And I have a question for you. Now that the Bank of Zambia has cut the policy rate to 13.5%, has your commercial bank reached out to lower your interest rate, or are they still charging you the same emergency rates from 2024? Let's have an Indaba in the comments. Also, are you seeing the single-digit inflation reflected in your supply costs yet? Talk about it. And of course, like, subscribe, and let's grow. In our next episode, we're going to look at foreign exchange stability. How is the Bank of Zambia managing the Kwacha volatility? That's for the next episode, though. For now, as I said, like and subscribe and share. And of course, stay tuned to Business Indaba. Till next time.